Hello, I am Johnny with Johnny Lloyd and Associates, and I am here to help design and create and provide information regarding having an avatar or persona. And what that is for your kingdom startup business. And the reason I said bootstrapped is because a lot of this you may be doing on your own, or you may have a team, but regardless you are bootstrapping bootstrap startup. And if you are moving from being a startup to actually scaling, a lot of this information will still apply. You just need to make sure that you know your audience, you know your client, you know the problem that you're solving. All of these things will matter when you're looking at bootstrapping or starting, moving forward to your business. Because if you don't have a strategic client you're after, it's really hard. This is the reason you need this. It's really difficult for you to start doing marketing, publicity, because you don't know who your target audience is. So when you do marketing and publicity and all of those things, you need to know who you're reaching for. What problem or whose problem are you working to solve, or what solution you have in your hand, and who is this solution for? If you don't know that, to go out and just put out information for anyone and everyone typically means it's for no one, because it's not going to be anything to grab them and cause them to turn their head and say, "Oh, this is for me. This is something I need." So that's why this is so critical, especially for a startup. Because as a startup, you don't have extra money to just be tossing out there hoping that something sticks to the wall. You want your funds to be strategic as you move forward. Okay. So that is the key to that. And I cannot identify how significant this is for you to know this information. So let's get started. Your success journey begins with your vision, mission, and purpose, of course. However, the other side of it is knowing who your client is. When you do not know who your client is, it makes it extremely difficult for you to go in and know who you're targeting, whose money, whose resources are you going toward, what is the demographics, what is the age group you're looking at, all of those things matter. Your bootstrap persona startup is by understanding, like I said, your target audience. You have to define them. What age are they? Are gender? What income level are they at? Maybe even where they live. If it's a global audience, then you still need to know age, gender, and all of that, and the problem that you're solving. Understanding their needs and their pain points are critical when you look at this. Okay, so to analyze their behavior, why you said, Johnny, why do I need to know those things? Because you're analyzing their behavior and their preferences. You're looking at their buying behavior. You're identifying their preferred communication channels. Like for me, my clients are actually on Zoom. Um, when I say Zoom, I'm saying LinkedIn. They're on LinkedIn. My clients are on LinkedIn. So when I look at the personal persona and understanding my audience, I turn around and I say, okay, where are they? They're on LinkedIn. They are professionals. They're my target audience is women who are in areas of transition. transitioning from one space in their life to another. They could be starting back work. They could be retiring. They could be moving from success to significance. They're typically executives. Now, when I look at my target and then I look at companies, that may be a deeper step into the water. And I add some other things when I look at companies. What am I looking for? Who am I the best uh, fix for? Who am I carrying the solution for? Well, because I do transformation development uh, from the mindset perspective, then it's someone who's looking for change, looking for transformation in their organization, their transformation in their life. What solutions do I have in my hand for them? All of those things. If you're selling a product, what product are you selling? What is your main product you're selling? And then you have to look at, who are you selling it to? Who are you selling it to? And who is the main person you're selling it to, and why? What are you solving for them? So look at that. Now let's move forward. As we move forward, let's look at this. Let's look at the fact that when you see this hand, and this is the key, what solution you have, a vision purpose that you have set up. You have this product, this idea, and the persona needs to be connected to the ideas that you have. So you're going to do research. These are really key points. When exploring user persona, you need to do research. You can go out and do free surveys and questionnaires. You can do focus groups to find out things about this group that you're looking for. How do you solve this problem? You can do all of this. It doesn't have to cost you a lot of money. You can do this online. One of the ways I've done it in the past, believe it or not, was TikTok. Give them choices and let them do A, B, C. I've done Instagram, those things. Remember, I said my client base is on LinkedIn, but when I was doing some of the research, I used other social media platforms to help me do that. And then you can do customer interviews. Personas, look at created detailed profiles. Mine is a female. Remember, she has a certain amount of money that she normally generates, her annual income. She has, she's normally an empty nester. In my case, she's normally an empty nester if I'm looking at a senior level executive. So, what does your persona, when you start mapping out your person, what do they look like? What are they after? What are the things that's important to them? And then you use scenario development. You look and say, if this is a client, this is a person I'm after, how do I build a scenario so I can get to that client, number one, that I can provide service to that client, and I can solve or help solve their problem? Those are the things. Some people are coaches. If you're a coach, look at that from that perspective. How do you add value to them? It's not just about you receiving money. If you don't add value, then most people are not going to come back. They may hire you or use your product or service once, but they will not continue to come back if you do not add value to them. You don't solve their problem. You are not customer centric. Those things matter. And then you look at implementation. What tailored campaigns do you have? And when I say that, that doesn't have to cost you a lot of money. It can be just looking at aligning your marketing strategies to the platform that you're working on. What are you looking for on Facebook? You can do small dollars and go out and reach people. And then you define who the market is. And if you don't know your personal persona, you will go out there and reach for people that you're not interested in, or they're not interested in your product or service. That is very important. So you need to tailor your service offerings to your client, to your avatar, to your personal persona. It's not you as a person. Who are you reaching for is your personal persona. And then how do you enhance your customer impact and influence? How do you impact them and engage more with them? How do you what training and alignment do you need? How do you customize everything that you're doing? And then look at product development and see how it works. User persona creation, um, like I said before, is about crafting a detailed profile that captures, and I'm saying this, I'm repeating this with purpose, demographics, behaviors, preferences, audience. You're gonna look at how much money are they making, where are they at, are they professionals? All of those matter when you're looking at crafting your personal persona. When you're looking at it from a startup in building your personal persona as a bootstrap business, this is a few more details for that. You see the one that has, there's a lot of people on here in the first picture, a lot of faces. Your people is a subset of all people. I'm gonna say it again. Your people is a subset of all people. So that's so you illustrate the demographics and the preferences for your startup business. Capture demographics. I'm saying it again. Behaviors, preferences, because you want to target your users. Now, the center one is, because we're talking about it from a kingdom perspective, how do you come together for interests and goals? That doesn't mean they have to be faith based, in my opinion, to for me to serve them. It means that how I serve them is from a place of love. It's from a place of customer centric. Me being very customer focused. Me providing the best service I can. I am a light in the city that cannot be hid. My company, it provides, goes beyond, goes the extra mile in service and what we provide and how we provide it. That is what we highlight the user's motivations and aspirations. I care about them. I care about what they care about. When I say that, I'm saying I'm providing a service that fulfills their needs, what they need, and for my business. Then you look at challenges when you come together. You look at challenges, identify user obstacles. Remember, what is your pain point? And how your business can provide a solution. And if you don't know those things, it's not going to be as profitable or productive when you look at where you go from there. Now, when you look at the personal persona, you look at it and look at this boot as a bootstrap. So I absolutely enjoy AI. This was created by Dolly. This picture was created by Dolly based on the fact that I'm looking at bootstrapping the business, but from a global perspective. Because you can bootstrap a business and you can still do it from a global perspective. You do not have to think that this is just because you're starting off that you can only do a small corner of the market, but you do have to think it through. So if you're going to do it and make your product or service to a global market, what does that look like? And then remember this, you can start where you are, use what you have, and do what you can, which may mean that you start with a few countries that you're open up to, and then you start stretching it out or have a plan for how you can add those services on later, because you don't want to overwhelm your yourself or others that are maybe working with you, and you want to make sure that you are bringing in profit. And when I say that, I'm saying above expenses, so that you can cover any expansion, growth, that kind of thing. You want to make sure that your product can go into various marketplaces and it's going to still be stable. It's not going to be a problem if you ship it. It's not going to be a problem if it sits in a truck and it's 100 degrees outside. None of those things are going to be a problem because you're going to test it. And remember this, remember when you're talking about testing the market and having customer focus groups, that kind of thing. Don't forget that you can look at a couple of people and say, hey, I want to test to see how the shipping goes. Can I give you a discount? I want to discount anybody who's in Arizona, just as example. And anybody who orders from Arizona, I'm going to give you a special discount because I want to use you as part of my focus group. Remember, it's a win-win. When you know how your product is being seen, you know how you're serving your client, you have great testimonials and all of that. So understanding your customer persona is not just key, it's critical. If you needed a key to open the door, open knowing your personal persona will help you open that door. It helps you key to transforming insights into impactful actions. It allows you to shift your actions and drive engagement and ensure that during your startup season, you are successful. It helps ensure those things. It doesn't guarantee it, it helps you ensure it. And that's the key. It's like, um, driving down the road, we have airbags, we have all of these things in the car to protect us, right? However, we're not planning on using them because we don't want to be in an accident, right? So the key is knowing your personal persona and your client's personal persona helps you drive down the highway safely as a new business. However, you don't want to do anything that would hurt, harm, or endanger them or hurt, harm, or endanger your company. So, highlight your user motivations and aspirations. Know who your users are, what they like, reach out to them, be personable, be authentic. All of those things matter because when you are authentic, when you know your personal persona, when you know those things, it's going to make all the difference in the world for you. Tailor your strategies to meet the need to drive engagement. Now, part of engagement is ordering from you. Part of engagement may be going to shows. We have what we call, I won't say just a craft show, but it's a show where people can come and be in a on a platform where they can have people test their products, give out small samples, that kind of thing, so that people are more aware of what they provide. It may be being on the internet in various ways and letting people know about your service. Look at how you can build and grow from all the, I'm going to say, costs. I don't want to say free because some of the platforms we use, for an example, StreamYard, they do have a free version, right? Canva has a free version. However, at some point, you may need the stronger version or the one that's a paid version because of what you're doing. I use AI. I absolutely love AI because it helps me to build, to grow, to take my ideas to another level, and then for me to almost use AI as another person sitting at the table where I can give it ideas, then see what it says, and then determine what I'm doing. Remember that AI is artificial intelligence. Your business, and this is critical, hear me. Your business can be high tech, but do not forget it needs to be high touch. People are looking for the direct contact and they want the touch. They want to know that people care about them. So it's nothing wrong with high tech, but remember that your business growth and moving forward is probably going to be heavily leaning on high touch. That doesn't mean you step away from social media. That doesn't mean that you step away from artificial intelligence. That means you utilize those things to support what your vision, purpose, and destiny is, and you utilize those things to augment, to help you in this moment to do research and those kind of things. However, always go out and verify the information, see how it works in your, let's say, 5-year plan, your 10-year plan for the business. And remember that you are the one that was provided the vision. You are the one that was trusted with the solution. So don't lose sight of that as you move forward, and know that knowing your personal persona, your avatar, the people that are buying your product and or service is one of the most critical things you can know about, because it will impact your budget, it will impact your income, it will impact your packaging, it will impact the areas that you're advertising and marketing in. It will impact all of those things. So take the time to know who your client is. I am Johnny, and I am the mindset maven, helping you build the gap between what you know and what you do. So let's make this happen and go ahead and move forward, knowing that you have been assigned, you have the power. You just need to step into your place and start where you are, use what you have, and do what you can.